Okay, guys, if you love UA and consider yourself a UA fanatic, guess what? We have a club for that.
Yes, if you cannot get enough of me and Ash and can't get enough of the stories, you want a more intimate experience with me and Ash, we have a club you can be a part of, and it's called Supercast.
If you join Supercast, not only do you get bonus episodes every single week, but you get discounts on merchandise like the one we just dropped. You get solo episodes, you get AMAs, you also get scary stories every single month.
And literally, it basically costs the same cost as like your morning latte. So sacrifice one latte a month
We're worth it.
and you get us.
We're worth it.
If you're interested, you can go to today's episode notes, click the link, and get signed up today. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Wait, Tara, now you have little sticks on, like, smooth it out on the...
Who? Oh, my hair?
You, yeah, in the back. Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Are you paranoid to watch my hair now?
Yes, because you can get mad at me if I don't tell you.
Wait, is it recording?
Yes.
If I'll never let anyone forget Bald Spot Gate
Yeah.
when we recorded 2 episodes, and
When was that? Was that?
it was when we were in the other studio, the white one.
I was going to say insert that here, Michaela, but
I could not even
tell you what episode that was.
I could not tell you. But it was so funny because I had actually like done my hair, like washed it and curled it. But I think because they were like curls, it just happened to like open perfectly.
It just opened the gate.
And for 2 episodes, when I watched back the footage, I had just this tiny little bald spot showing.
Yeah.
And I was like, Michaela, how could you let me be bald?
Oh,
She's like, I'm sorry.
So now to this day, Taryn will be like, do I look okay? And Michaela will be like, yep, no bald spot.
Not balding yet. Someday she's going to be like,
Uh-oh.
there's nothing we can do. It's just here.
The best we got. Oh, no.
Thin hair problems.
Also, friendly reminder, we have fun merch out. This is our I Get My Therapy from a Podcast merch, and you can get it in fun, different colors. Taryn, if you are watching it on YouTube, she's currently wearing hers in a bright purple color.
This is my favorite color. I love the purple one. So.
Yeah, we've never done merch like this where you can like custom pick your color. And this is one of our favorites. Obviously, we know you guys love the anonymous merch, but this is our like other favorite merch that we've done, and we've never had it on a sweatshirt before. So we're loving this. We know you guys are loving it too. It's available now, and you can get it in any color option there on the website. There's 9 color options, and you can pick whatever you want. So happy shopping. How you doing, Taryn?
I'm good, Ash.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Oh, this is just like, honestly, I'm telling you, there's a shift happening. I got invited by Disney to a Star Wars getaway. And I'm doing a lightsaber photo shoot under the stars.
What?
I wish you could have seen when I told my man about this. He was like, "What?" And then he's like, "What?" And then I was like, "Hey, remember on our first date?" Because he came into my house, and then I tried to show him my lightsaber. And first of all, I think I was just nervous. So there was a moment of silence, and I was like, "Want to see my lightsaber?" Like, who does that on a first date? First of all,
Also, that just sounds like a creeper guy trying to, when a girl comes to his house for the first time and he's like, want to see my lightsaber?
Yes. And then, you know what was the worst part about it is I went to turn it on and the battery was dead.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
I asked him like later what he thought, and he was like, oh, I just was like, she's like a nerd, but it was cute. I was like, well, cool. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm staying in this like Star Warsy like Airbnb, and it's like Star Wars food and drinks, and then some photo shoot, and I'm so excited.
Where is the Star Wars?
Joshua Tree.
Fun.
So yeah, that's the update in my life that matters right now.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. How about you, Ash?
I'm trying to think of an update. I deeply cleaned my house and like fully, I don't know. I feel like I've cluttered somehow. And
Well, I mean, that makes sense with moving. I feel like you go through a period where you like get rid of stuff as you're moving. Then you get in your new place and you try to make everything work.
yeah.
And then there's a period of time that you're in now where you're like, wait, now that I'm familiar with my space, I know what I actually need and I don't need, I'm going to get rid of the rest.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't even think I realized exactly how fast everything moved because I moved. By the time I got like super settled, I traveled a ton for like the next like 2 months. Like I was just gone. And then the holidays hit. And so I I didn't have like a chance to like fully organize. Definitely didn't have a chance to actually like set up my office the way that I wanted. And I haven't like deep cleaned my place in a really long time, which just every time I came home from a trip, I would just be like, there it is. Still need to do that. And it would just like irk me. So this past weekend, I like fully just hair up. I put on my, not just AirPods, like I put on my like Bose noise canceling headphones and I put on my podcast and I just, it was just going. It was just going. And I didn't even talk to Jackson. We just like cleaned. He vacuumed and mopped the floors.
What a king.
And I was like deep cleaning the bathrooms and wiping the counters. And then I got a new rug gifted and I'm so excited about it. I don't know why I always did this to myself. Maybe it's the millennial in me. I did read something that it made so much sense because we grew up in homes with like the like orange cabinets and the grape wallpapers and like the like lots of like patterns and stuff like that we gravitate towards like white carpets and no color.
Oh, okay.
I read something that was like, oh, it's because your parents like had these couches and this wallpaper that you reach for minimal
like plain,
and neutral colors. And I was like, yeah, but this white rug, it lasts for 2 weeks and then it's dirty. Like, what's the point? So I got this really beautiful dark green rug and it's gorgeous and I love it. So it took everything in us, all of our energy that we had left after cleaning to move the couch, get rid of the rug, add in the new rug and move the couch back. And then I was like tapped out after that. So
oh my God,
it was a very productive weekend. The house is clean. She looks great.
Love that.
And I guess that's my update, but I needed it deeply.
Also, like you are in your like housewife era.
I am. Like,
And
I
love
also
that for
like,
you.
I'm waking up early and looking forward to it because mornings are like the best at the house. And I'm like pre-making my coffee pot the night before so I can just wake up and, that's where I'm at.
You really were born to be like in your 40s. Like I really feel like
No. And
in your
that
like
makes
60s.
so much sense to me in so many different ways. Even the fact that like I really don't think I actually like finished with puberty until my late 20s. I'm serious. I don't think my glow up hit until like 29. And
we're just
that
gonna
makes
have
so
to post
much
a picture
sense.
now.
It makes so much sense. It's so true. I was meant to be this. This is my era. This is my era. Yep, me waking up in my pajama set, putting my robe on, and turning on the coffee pot. Thriving.
I'll never miss an opportunity to bring up Ashley's before glow up photos that we will definitely be posting because it's so good. And like I've said, and she thinks I'm so weird, but I'm like, I don't find it a flex that I didn't have an awkward period of time. Like,
it's a flex.
I genuinely wish when you and Alicia pull out your old pictures and we're crying, laughing, like I wish I had that photo that I could bring out that was like, no, oh, you think you look bad in junior high? Look at me. Instead of like,
and it's so, it's funny. Worked with L'Oreal recently and I did a reel where I did like a flashback to old hair colors that I've done that damaged my hair. And I looked for like old pictures. even at like 27, I was like, what was I doing with my, what was the plan here?
I love it. I love
What was the plan? And it looked so bad. It's so funny because Jackson every once in a while will like send me a photo because we'll be like, how come our paths never crossed before? And I'll be like, bro, you didn't see me. There's a huge chance they did, and you would never have looked my way because I did not look the way I look now. Like it's just,
I love it.
it's just a different person now, and that's fine. But yes, I was meant to. I was meant for
She was meant for these upcoming eras.
Meant for these eras.
I love that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. How's Christmas shopping going?
What Christmas shopping? What? You know what's nice though? I feel like most of my friends are like, it used to be where like you bought presents for like every friend.
Oh yeah.
I have so many friend groups. So it's like, it would be like, oh, let's get let's go get dinner. And then everybody brings a little present, and then this group and this group. And by the time I'm done with my friends, I'm like tapped out. But I feel like there really are only a small handful of friends that we still like are intentional. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then my family switched over to, we draw a name at Thanksgiving, and you only have that one person. So it's kind of fun because you like secretly shop. And then at Christmas Day, of course, my brother, who's so competitive, Brett, is like, oh, I know who everyone has because he's like been trying to figure it out. So it's like fun. It adds like a little thing. Whoever my dad has to go on a scavenger hunt. It's like his thing. So that's fun because it's only one person to buy for, which has, those things have saved me money to then become an aunt where all your money goes to toys and things for them. So yeah, and now I have a man. That's where money goes to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I have not started anything, which I usually do like online.
I mean,
so
who shops in person?
I think that
anymore?
Well, who shops in person is usually me crying hysterically like 2 days before
2 days
Christmas,
before, classic
fighting
Taryn.
the like mobs, and there's nothing on the shelf because I'm like, oh crap, I forgot this or that. But I'm trying to be better this year, even though when we're saying this, I'm like, it's in what, 2 weeks? I'll get there. I'll get there. How about you? How's your custom themed DIY tags going, Ash?
I am keeping things very tight this year, actually, because I'm trying to get married. So I'm actually
not trying to.
Yeah, well,
you are.
You know, saving for that. So because of that, I'm actually not going crazy on Christmas shopping this year, which you know I love to do. So
smart though.
Definitely pulling back and doing one present per person. I am trying to be like crafty with like PR and stuff, and I'm trying to like to do a second gift for someone.
No, I love that. I think that's cool.
I've been like DMing and like trying to get in there and like to do like a second round, but I'm only allowed to buy everyone one thing, and
also,
that's my rule.
That is the most like understandable thing, and not that you owe. It's like you don't owe people like
Absolutely
hey
not.
Whatever, but the people in your life that know you're planning a wedding are no one's gonna think anything crazy like I'm sorry, did this gift cost you $40 instead of like 80 plus?
No,
like nobody
I
like,
literally
thinks
was
like
PSA to everyone out there. I will be doing one gift this year, and it's not going to be the way it was. And you know, just know.
Also, hot take. Okay, I will do this. Like, if I know a friend is like struggling financially, or if I am that friend struggling financially, there have been some years I'll literally text and just be like, hey, Christmas is coming. Like, what are the vibes? Like, would you rather like, do you want to just go like have a cute dinner and like not do presents this year?
Yeah.
Or like, hey, I'm good to not do presents if you are. Because nothing's worse than when you don't buy someone a present and they buy you a present. That's the worst feeling. So the older I've gotten and the more it's like, I know life is hard and things are like all over. Sometimes I'll just shoot that text and be like, hey,
yeah,
I know I've been trying to save money. I know you mentioned you're trying to save money. Like, do you want to just like agree like no gifts this year and like we'll do a cute dinner or like we can do like a fun like card exchange or like whatever, but just throwing it out there.
Right.
If you're not able to, like, you can, if your friends are your real friends, are not going to care.
Right. No, that's totally true. And yeah, no one cares. I've also like, I don't really give everyone gifts anymore either. Yeah. So it's just a small group and yeah, keeping it tight this year and loving that. And yeah, so because of that, I'm getting close.
Yeah.
And I do custom name tags, but that's it. It's not crazy.
Okay.
I just pick one. I pick one wrapping paper. That's all. I am trying to get, I wanted to get for Jackson's birthday, because for those that don't know, Jackson's birthday is on Christmas Eve. I wanted to get that wrapping paper where you get their face everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I need to order that now.
Oh, yeah. You need to order that now.
I know.
For
so
sure.
I need to do that literally right after this, so I don't forget. But I wanted to get that for his birthday present.
Oh my gosh, so fun. I know with Ashley, it's always like trying to decide like birthday and Christmas, like what to different. It's always fun because I'll go. Usually I'm shopping for your birthday and Christmas present same time.
Yeah.
But then I'll sit there and I'm like, what is the
and
vibe?
What's for that?
Yeah. Because certain things it's like more like, no, this is like birthday present. Yeah. And then you have to wrap it different.
Yeah.
Gotta differentiate. We do not combine.
No, Christmas
we do not
paper
combine.
does not go on birthday presents.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
shall we?
I feel like we should get in because we've been talking a lot at the beginning of our
lately
episodes.
I feel like I can tell from the energy coming off of the the cameras. I'm like, they're like, okay, wrap it up, ladies. Let's get to the stories.
What?
From the audience members, I was kidding, but
yeah. Got it. I'm so sorry.
They love it.
No, they love it. I always just feel bad because it's always your story that gets like
it is true.
The rush.
I'm always like, and
yeah.
Okay, well, let's get into today's Turn It Up. This one's titled "An Unsolicited Pod Turned Rave."
Oh,
hey, ladies. Obviously, I need to start off with the obligatory acknowledgement of how awesome you two are. Yes, it is obligatory. Thank you. Just kidding.
I mean, we don't want to say it, but I'm glad that
We're
guys
not saying
get it.
But it's obligatory.
When we have guests on, I'm always like, sorry, this is just what everyone says. Like, we just got to get through this.
We just got to take all these compliments with our
straight to our heads.
humble selves. Okay. I've been a longtime listener of the pod, and the two of you have truly become a weekly ritual, whether it's on a run, walking my dog, or on a road trip. A little bit about me. My name is Delana. You can say my name. It's a beautiful name. And I'm 24 years old. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, but have been going to school in California and Colorado for the past 5.5 years, about to graduate from a master's program in behavioral science.
Wow.
Okay, now on to the Tearing It Up. I probably have about 1,000 of these awkward and funny moments, but this is the most recent event that I hope you can get a kick out of, regardless if you choose to read this on the pod. Here it goes. So, like I said, I'm 24 years old, and while most people get their wisdom teeth out, they are like 18 years old when they get this done. I've put it off to being away at school for so long. And who wants to get their wisdom teeth out during Christmas, you know?
Ew, no, yeah.
Anyways, I decided to take an extended break this semester in order to finally get the procedure done due to the constant migraines it's been causing. So come first week of November, I see the surgeon the week prior to the surgery, and to my surprise, she informs me that I will not be put under, but rather will have to take a pill that will allow me to relax throughout the entire process.
Yeah, and that's where I would say then I will not be attending.
That's a nope. I'll take the migraines. This really frightened me because I really didn't want to hear or see anything during the appointment. She advised me to bring headphones so that I could drown out the noise, and also said she could give me laughing gas to make me feel a bit more comfortable. So that's exactly what I did. Come the day of surgery, I made sure to bring my headphones, and when I was looking for something to listen to, I was like, obviously unsolicited advice.
Shut your mouth.
It's exactly what I needed, and figured a conversation would be much better than listening to music. Okay, so about 5 minutes about 5 minutes into the whole pre-op situation, I was locked in. I was paying attention to what you guys were saying and was just told to make sure I was breathing in and out through my nose. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I've got the laughing gas. Breathing in and out through my nose to ensure I was inhaling the laughing gas. Now, I have absolutely no idea what happened after those 5 minutes, but all I remember is Taryn's voice saying something, stopping, and then a beat dropped. And it was like a whole remix playing in my head that felt like it was a total of 3 minutes. And the next thing I remember is the mask was being taken off and the surgeon said, "You're all done. Great job." I was like, dang girl, you're so fast. That had to be like 10 minutes tops. Then I looked down at my phone to see that it had been over 50 minutes into the episode. I don't remember a whole lot after that, but my parents told me that I kept saying that I was at a rave and that the beat kept dropping. Anywho, I hope you too can laugh and maybe think of a career in DJ production.
Dang.
It truly was the entertainment of a lifetime. Thanks for being the best big sisters online, and I continue to look forward to every new episode on Mondays.
Aww.
Unsolicited advice rave.
I mean, should we drop an album?
We're just like, break up with him. Giving advice and
Your white is showing.
the breakup with him was all that came to my head. Protect your mental health. I don't know.
Oh my
Help. You could jump in at any point.
No, it's too good.
Protect your mental health.
Protect your mental health.
Ugh, this is what happens. I blank.
I just feel like
We love therapy.
I just feel like we confirmed that that's not in our future.
It's not, unfortunately, but maybe we'll just for you one day put out a single.
We can really separate tracks.
Yeah.
You can't be on my track.
Aw.
You can play drums on it.
Aw.
Oh, okay. You can be on it.
Can't have unsolicited advice without Ashley.
Or can we?
Get out of here.
Anyways, okay. Let's go ahead and get into our first story.
Let's go ahead and get into that is so something we say.
Where was this energy at the start of the first episode?
That's so something we say.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
No, that was me.
What?
What's happening?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
No, I was saying, let's go ahead and get into is something that we totally say on this podcast. It's like what we say.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I don't know what's happening. I can't look at you because I'm going to get the giggles and then we're not going to get anything
I don't understand where
done.
you're going with this. I was simply saying
didn't
that's
go
a phrase
anywhere.
that we say regularly. It's something we say.
Well, yeah, because I start every time we start.
Let's go ahead and get into today's Turn It Up. Let's go ahead and get into my story.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and get into my story.
What I say all the time, and that's why I was confused why you were so shocked.
No. I'm not shocked. I'm saying that is so something that we say. Oh my God, it is not that funny. I was just stating something.
Crying, and now I can't read. You're cute.
Read your story.
I literally was trying.
We're all just sitting here waiting.
Okay. Whew. This one is titled, Is my father-in-law crazy, or am I setting my standards too high? What's your initial feeling?
I'm going to go with father-in-law crazy.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Because one of us would never be.
Never. Hello, ladies. This is funny. So, do you remember the tearing it up about punching a girl in the face because she was excited? She went like, "Boo," and it hit someone in the face.
And we talked about you and Haley.
Yes. This is her. And then she was like, it's funny. So she reminded of that. And then she said, if you don't remember the story, maybe you'll remember my precious dog. And then look how cute.
Oh,
Jasper. Okay. I'm not here to talk about my dog, though. I'm here to talk about a different man in my life who brings me great amounts of grief. My father-in-law.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I feel like that is something I developed a fear very early in life because I saw how crazy other people's like parents can be. And I was like, family's so important to me. So I was like, I can't imagine having like a crazy mother-in-law who like wants to control our lives or, you know, like all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So scary.
Oh yeah. Imagine falling in love with, because that's the important part,
Yeah.
and then marrying into a family of crazy people that you can't leave because you fell in love with the guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Woof, you know?
What do you do?
I mean, the dream is that he also thinks his family's crazy.
That is the dream.
If he doesn't, though, then yeah.
That's also what's hard. It's like, why don't you see this?
It's a
'Cause they're
conspiracy.
crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, as some background, he, let's call him John, just retired from a 25-year career in the Army, which has left him with some emotional trauma. During John's career in the Army, as he was experiencing this trauma, he turned to pornography and prostitution to cope with the horrific situations he was facing. This obviously wounded John's marriage, but what ultimately led to his divorce with my mother-in-law was John telling her that their marriage wasn't worth him trying to fix.
Well, damn.
Let me say that again. He told the woman who he had been married to for more than 20 years, who faithfully raised his 3 children while he was gone 50% of the time, that their marriage wasn't worth fixing.
Nope.
The audacity.
And that's why I stand by
What?
what I guessed earlier. That
Yeah.
it's him.
You felt it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a sixth sense that I'm starting to get with this podcast. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All this to say, their divorce was less than amicable. After the divorce, he quickly got remarried to a new woman and moved many states away from his ex-wife and children. He pretty much was MIA for 5 years. During these 5 years, my husband, fiance at this time, would call and we went to visit just twice. The first time we went to visit, he was kind and generous. The second time we went to visit, we brought our dog. You're going to hate this part.
Uh-oh.
Because he told us to. And he kicked my dog. Yeah.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
Call PETA.
Call us.
Call me.
I really want
we'll-
to. I really want to be a hitman. I really do.
I mean, this is the second episode in a row.
Yeah, because I really feel like it's.
I think
my
we need
calling.
to create like a hotline,
Yeah, I really
a
do.
secret hotline.
Now I know Jasper is my baby, and I'm biased, but he
No.
was not doing anything wrong in that moment. He was just in John's way, so he kicked him and threw Jasper outside. It was this entirely shocking flip of a switch where John decided to just be evil for 1 second and pretend like nothing happened.
Absolutely
next.
not. That is how he's showing you a glimpse of who he is. He broke a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of him got out. And then he buttoned up real quick and pretended nothing happened. No, that's who he is on the inside. And
Yep.
you got a little glimpse of what life is like when you're not, looking.
Yeah. Turns out these random occurrences of aggressive behavior pretty much encapsulates my husband's childhood. The first question my husband would ask his mom when he got home from school growing up was if dad was in a bad mood. If John was in a bad mood, my husband would avoid him in fear of being the thing that gets hit, kicked, or screamed at.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately for Jasper, he didn't know that John was in a bad mood and that he should have hid from him. So anyways, that was strike 1. You abuse my dog, you're immediately on my naughty list.
Oh, you're done.
She put keeping things festive. Naughty list. Strike 2 was when, 1 week before my wedding, he sued my mother-in-law.
What?
Because he no longer wanted to be paying alimony. We were already nervous about our wedding and having John and my mother-in-law there, but then he chose to sue her.
Right before you're getting married.
A week.
Right before you're... and they're going to sit there
Mm-hmm.
at the wedding and look at each other
Mm-hmm.
while he's suing her.
Yep.
That's how you get officially uninvited to my wedding.
Yeah. It felt to my husband that John was making the day about him
Yep.
and making it clear that he cared more about money than our wedding day
Yep.
and ensuring it was not a contentious event. Strike 3 is, in fact, that after he does these things, he just pretends that nothing happens and expects everyone to just be okay.
Oof.
Now, with some background that hopefully justifies my hard feelings towards him, here's where the situation gets messy. If you remember, John got remarried to his second wife and pretty much abandoned his children for the past 5 years. However, now they're getting a divorce for reasons we don't know. I'm sure it was him being him.
I mean, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah. Now that he doesn't have a woman, he's suddenly very interested in his children. It feels like we're his rebound. So he's moving back to the same city as us. As much
No,
as it
thank you.
sucked when he moved away from his kids, it's been kind of nice that he's far away. Every time I've seen him in the past, I've had a flight back home that gives me lots of space to recover. But now he's going to live 30 minutes away.
No, thank you.
And this leads me to my question for you lovely ladies. I have very high standards for who I surround myself with. John has 3 strikes just in this email. That doesn't include even half of the hurt he has caused me and my husband. But he's also family. And as much as I dislike him, my husband loves him and wants a relationship with him. My husband is a lot better at recognizing John's trauma that influences his behavior. But even if John has trauma, he's still a damaging person to be around. I want to like him, but he just keeps giving me reasons to be upset with him. Am I setting my standards too high for this man? How can I have a relationship with someone who hurts the people I care about? He is no longer physically abusive, but he used to be. And even though he's not physically aggressive, he still speaks very strongly in a way I don't appreciate. How can I balance my standards with the fact that he's still family? And what do I do now that he's going to be living in the same city? He's coming here for us, but we're busy and there needs to be boundaries. How do I communicate these boundaries when I'm scared it'll piss him off? My husband and I have been married for 3 years, so we're still pretty new to this whole thing. We really do have great communication together, but this is uncharted territory. I would love some advice from my internet big sisters. Thanks for giving me a place to write this out. Happy holidays. Love, Anonymous.
This is so tough. It's tough because in my head I'm like done. Like you're cut off. 3 strikes, you're done. But your husband, such a sweetheart, wants to try to fix this relationship, and that is, he has every right to try to do that. And as a wife and like a loving wife, it sounds like you guys have a beautiful relationship. You want to like support him in that. I think you can do both. I think you can support him while also having like strong boundaries. Like I'm not saying do this, but like you can support your husband and like maybe have, monthly dinners with your stepfather. But maybe a boundary is like he's not allowed at your house ever, you know? And if you do spend time with him, it's always in public or at a restaurant. And, he's not allowed to just like show up. I think that's a good first step. If, first you can even express this to your husband. Like if for some reason, a couple years down the line, he straightens up and changes things, maybe we revisit this. And like, this is a flexible thing. Like this can change, over time, but like, maybe that's a good like first start. Maybe you guys can have like a safe word. Like if he like is pissing you off, you can have like a safe word that you can say at the table. Like, oh, I'm going to go check on Jasper. And you get to go home without any questions asked, like you have that one word where like you're trying your best, but then he said that one thing and you get to leave, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those conversations that you're going to have to like continue to talk about repeatedly over and over again now that you're going to be seeing a little bit more of him. And, maybe the first 3 months are really hard. Maybe the 3 after are a little bit easier, and who knows? But like, I think it's going to be one of those things where you have to kind of like go with the flow. And when things come your way, you might have to bend a little bit or change the rules a little bit or add a clause. I think it's going to be a constant changing thing. And I think if you guys lay the foundation, like he's never allowed at the house, or we only see him in public, or whatever your foundation is. I think if you lay that foundation now and you keep communication open constantly, I think you'll be able to handle this well. But yeah, I think you're just gonna have to be flexible over this next chapter. But I hate that he's coming here, and I hate that he's coming to see you guys when you didn't ask for it.
Well, yeah, I think, and who knows, because he might move back and stay in his like selfish ways, and like it might not be as big of a change as you thought it was going to be.
True.
So don't stress yourself out too much. I'm a firm believer in stress does not change the outcome of anything.
Mm-mm.
So until you actually know there's something to stress about or the circumstances present, like protect your peace as much as you possibly can, because maybe he'll come and it'll be great. And then you wasted this time stressing. Maybe he'll come, it'll be the end of the world as you know it. Then you can start stressing. Like, might as well save some peace. This is a tricky area because it's not your family. I mean, it is your family member because you're married into the family, but with your husband, and unfortunately, what you see a lot of times in cases of abuse is the child still always desires like the approval and the love. Like it's that abuse cycle, right? And I don't know where your husband's at and like his healing journey with it. Sounds like he went through like a lot as a kid, but that would be something I feel like as a partner, I would want to make sure to communicate that above all, I'm worried about how this is going to affect him. And while I think it's admirable that he chooses to still give this man a chance, I think as a partner, I would tell him, as my job and my focus is always going to be you, and if you're okay. So if I start to notice that him being around is causing you to like go downhill or affecting like your confidence, your mental health, anything, I am going to step in and like encourage space.
Yeah.
So I feel like just communicating that.
A good boundary could be really encourage. Obviously, would have to be his decision, but I would bring up maybe he can start doing like more constant visits with his stepdad along with like therapy.
Yeah.
Like to have someone to digest all of this and process all of this emotional trauma with, who's like actually skilled to handle all of that, because I would, as much as it's great that you're there to support him, it does sound like he's gone through a lot and it might trigger him in other ways that he's not yet ready for.
Yeah. And that could be something you also push on the dad. Like, hey, we're willing to have you more in our life, but you have to be willing to like address that
you're
like,
kind of a mess.
You need help. Like you need, and that's not something like that's uncommon. A lot of people who serve in, the army and other like branches, like PTSD is like a very valid thing. And I think he needs to, I mean, it sounds like there was a little bit of that already in his childhood before, but I mean, obviously he needs help. And I think that's an okay boundary when you have a person who's like abusive or who is really toxic, being like, if you want to be in my life, like you have to get this sorted. Because not to mention, I don't know where you guys are in regards to like I don't know if you want to have kids or if that's in the near future, but that would be something, if I were in your situation, I'd bring up of like, hey, I don't want to start building a life around this man if we're eventually going to start having kids. Because I'm telling you right
He
now,
already kicked Jasper.
my kid is not going to ever be alone with him. If I ever see him try to discipline or raise his voice at my kid, like, he will never see him again.
Oof.
Like, I don't know. So I feel like these are all things to think about. When he comes, then I think you just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
You develop your routines, you develop what makes sense, what doesn't. As conflicts come up, you know, it's good to talk about it before, you and your husband, of being like, hey, if stuff starts happening that I'm uncomfortable, I want to make sure like I have a voice in it and we can sit and rediscuss and like be on the same team. Maybe it's something where you don't go, but you're like, if you want to go get lunch with your dad, for sure.
I was just going to say that.
I'm going to speak up if I start seeing that it's causing you to go down. But I think it's okay to like, you don't have to be present at everything with this man.
I was just going to say, you don't have to always do everything together. You can support your partner from afar. Like if this is something that he really wants to do and pursue, that's awesome. You can support him in that. If for some reason you're just not feeling it and can't for whatever reason, that's fine too. Like you can love him and support him. And when he comes home, you can ask him how it went, but you don't have to go with him to every single thing if this guy is literally just like driving you up a wall, you know? So you both can exist at the same time. You can be a good wife, supportive, and support his decision to try to mend this relationship while at the same time be protective of not only your husband, but your peace as well.
Yeah, I fully agree. But I mean, it's gonna be tricky for sure. But I think with anything, it's you start by going in optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
When stuff happens, you set boundaries. If those boundaries are not respected, then you create space.
Yeah.
So if he starts acting crazy, then maybe you guys back off. Like he can't just keep not addressing things and think like it's just going to go away. So I feel like your husband needs to get on that page too of like, hey, I'm willing to try, but if he does not respect our boundaries or cross his lines, I need to know that you're going to like stick to whatever line it is that we come up with, you know?
Yeah. Have that conversation.
Poor guy, but I can't even imagine, like, I think it's easy to be on the outside of not experiencing that type of parent-child dynamic to be like, oh, cut him off, whatever. But there's so much more that comes in that area. So I think also making sure he feels safe to like express things and not just being like, why do you want to talk to him? Like, he's the worst. Like, also like being, like Ash said, like an understanding partner, but also being like mama bear too and wanting to protect him. So
Tough stuff.
I really hope he comes and like gets involved in his own thing and it's just minimal involvement.
Agreed.
That's what
I agree.
I'm praying for you.
Agree. I really hope so. But thank you for sharing. That's some really messy stuff. And there is no right or wrong answer. But again, I think if you lay that foundation and have that conversation, set some boundaries and stay flexible, maybe even throw in a therapist, I think you guys will be okay. Protect your peace. I'm glad you wrote in. All right, let's go ahead and get into my story for this episode. This one is titled, How to Not Think I'm in Love with My Best Friend.
Oh.
Hey, Ash and Tara.
Hey.
Hey, Tara. I hope you guys are doing well, and congrats, Ashley, on the house. That is truly awesome. You guys can know my name, which is but Michaela, could you do me a solid and bleep it because you never know. First, a little bit about me. I have been watching since you guys both started YouTube and haven't stopped watching since I absolutely love the podcast. I'm a sophomore in college studying sports management in hopes to make it to the NFL one day. I am also 19 years old and have yet to have a boyfriend, which I'm not ashamed of. I just have never connected with a person enough to date them. Early on in high school, I was desperate, and I mean desperate for a man. It is all I thought about, and all I wanted was to connect with somebody and have them be mine. But in late high school, I eventually got over that and was happy being single, which I still am happy being single. But lately, I've been craving something that I've never craved before. Physical touch. All my life, I've hated physical touch. I've avoided it at all costs, but recently, all I've been wanting is a hug or the slightest skin on skin. And I feel calm, which is strange because touch has never brought any sort of clarity for me. Now, here is where it gets real. I have this best friend, let's call him Steve, and we were friends during high school, but once everybody left for college, we became besties, and we were some of the only people who stayed home after graduation. My best friends, my whole life, have only ever been girls, so it's been weird having a guy best friend, but I absolutely loved having him there for me, and we fully see each other, and we just get each other, and this is a platonic friendship. Supposedly, but once everybody came back home from summer, we've all been hanging out, and of course, there are jokes about the two of us being together, which was fine, but slowly over time, truth grew within those jokes, as the majority of the friend group thinks that there's something between us, and more of them thinks that he likes me, which is interesting because we never flirt or even touch other than a dab up or something like that. The thing that has stopped me in the past is that he has had girl best friends and has fallen in love with them before. And it has happened multiple times, and he's no longer friends with any of them to this day. I truly don't know if he likes me or not. Despite what anybody thinks, I still don't know because he would have never admitted to anyone if he does. And he's really good at hiding it. And I'm torn because I can totally see him not liking me at all and just being friends. But on the other hand, I could totally see him having feelings for me and just being really good at hiding it, because guys will go to crazy lengths to hide their feelings for a girl if they don't want to ruin the friendship. But the thing about me recently is I have caught feelings. Thinking about him, or little innocent moments between the two of us, or wanting to be closer to him, and what I'm suspecting is that the part of my brain that is craving physical touch and the connection of a man and wants to date somebody is trying to convince the other side of my brain that I like him because he is convenient, and also he is the closest I've ever been to a guy. But the other half of me knows that I would never date him because I do love him, but there are so many reasons why I wouldn't. The thing I'm worried about is I don't want to accidentally give off signs or vibes to either give him the green light to make a move and potentially ruin the friendship, or to make him feel uncomfortable if he doesn't like me. I'm having a hard time shutting down that side of my brain when we're hanging out together. So how do I get my brain to stop trying to convince me that I like him? And how do I know if he likes me or not? Either way, I could see it ending up terribly, and I don't want to ruin or lose this friendship. And to make things even worse, we have a trip to Vegas, just the two of us, in 3 days to go see Bruno. Mars? She just put Bruno. I'm assuming it's Mars. Which is going to be so fun, but it is also a lot of alone time together. Thank you guys so much for listening and making the highlight of my week every Monday. I truly love you guys and the podcast. You guys have some of the best souls on this earth, and never stop doing what you're doing. I wish you guys and your mans and your dogs the best. I know you guys are all about the photo, so I've attached a photo of me and my family and my girl Bestie.
Oh, not of Steve. I wanted to see. You can tell a lot in a photo.
I know. I wanted to see him too. And then her and her family.
Cute.
Oh, man. These are always so sticky. These are always
go for it.
These are always so sticky. Here's what I'll say. I look back at every friend group that I had at your age, younger, or even a little bit older, with guys I had crushes on. I don't talk to any of them anymore. And I don't think it would hurt you to just kind of go for it. Might sting a little bit if he says no, but at the end of the day, it's just going to make you stronger. It's just going to make you a little bit ballsier, and it's going to give you a little bit more pride to go up and like take a risk somewhere else. Like, I think. And let me first off go ahead and say, I never in a million years could I have done this at your age. Like, I had zero backbone. I still have zero backbone. It's something I'm working on. But I wish I had done stuff like that, because I bet he does. And I bet he's thought about it at the very least. And if people are talking about it, he's definitely thought about it. That's my thoughts.
I just think, well, I wish he would have expanded on there are so many reasons I wouldn't date him. Because I'm like,
Why?
is that like real reasons?
Real reasons like
This
he's
is my question to
untrustworthy?
you. Yeah. Is it real reasons like I'm Jewish and I have to marry a Jewish person and he's not Jewish? Like, are we talking like deal breaker
Foundational
reasons?
deal breakers?
Or are we talking like, oh, like you've made up the reasons as your defense of like not wanting to date him? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah.
If they're actual legit reasons, like you will not, no matter what, date him, then I'm going to say you need some male attention, and you need to just, every time you feel that, you need to take his face out of the equation and just be like, I need to go date. Like, I need to get out there. I need to have experience. Point blank, period. We're moving on. So if that is the reason, there's that.
Yeah.
Now, however, if these reasons are just the typical what all of us do when we're like dating, we're like, oh, I would never this or that. But at the end of the day, they're not the most important things. And you actually are able to strip back everything and you look at him as a person. And if there wasn't fear involved of him rejecting you or it's not working out and we ruin the friendship, like if everything's stripped aside and you actually really like this person and could see it going somewhere, it has potential. What I will say is you're still at the age where I feel like it's more normal for opposite sex to be besties. That window kind of closes eventually when you start dating. Like I had a guy bestie at your exact age. Then I started dating someone seriously and it just doesn't work anymore. Like it's not the same where like if you were in a relationship, you're not going to be like, oh, hey, me and Steve are going to go drive to Vegas for the weekend. Like it's just not practical really. So either way, if you start dating someone, the older you get, it's not going to last forever that you're going to have a guy bestie. Steve and you have an end date of being just like inseparable besties is what I'm saying. So I feel like
might as well
you can playfully throw it out. Maybe in Vegas you have a couple drinks and you're like, should we like make out? And then he's like, ew. And you're like, I know, right? Ew. And then you're like, or you can just like throw it out there. Or the next time someone jokes about you guys dating, like on your way back, you should be like, okay, like everyone like actually wants us today, and be like, have you ever thought about it? Like, should we just like go on a date just to see like what it's like and just be playful, fun about it? Maybe you just get a little extra touchy with him when you're hanging out. And if he starts like feeding it back, you just see what happens. And then maybe you guys just have like a crazy makeout. And then at the end of it, you're like, that's so weird. Like we just kissed, ha ha ha. And then you just see, is it just like a funny story of like, oh, one time I made out with my best friend and we were like, ew. Or is it like, wow, there's actually something there. There's a spark.
That's so true. It doesn't have to be define the relationship right off the bat. We're no longer friends. Now we're having a serious relationship or the friendship's over. Like it can just be like okay, let's try this now, you know?
Yeah. And I've said this so many times on the podcast and I've used this with many a men.
Many a men.
I'm the queen of flings. Okay. I'll just be like, honestly, sometimes I feel like there's a vibe. Like, are you picking up on a vibe or am I like crazy? Or am I just lonely and need to like be touched by another male? And then it's like you make it a joke.
Also, like you can easily, something I would do immediately if I were you is I would start asking him about like, I would be like, I want to start dating. Like I think I need to start dating and like ask him if he knows of anyone that he could like hook you up with or something like that and see how he reacts. Like literally look at him while you say that. Don't take your eyes off him. See how he physically reacts. See how where his eyes go. See what his face does when you talk about stuff like that. And maybe even go on a date and see how he reacts to that. And like,
yeah. And like say like, unless you're going to ask me out, I got to find a man somewhere.
Yeah. Unless secretly you like me, I got to start dating because I haven't gone on a date ever, you know? And then like talk about stuff like that, you know?
And the thing is, if the friendship ends, like, yes, that's a bummer for sure. But I really think like like when you look at it, like you guys have only been friends for like a year or two, and life is gonna bring you to the right people. What is meant to be is meant to be. But I would rather, if I were you, when I'm in this position, for me, I'd rather just get a quick rejection and sting and move on with my life than live in that
Limbo.
terrible fantasy jail where you're like, oh my gosh, was that something? Was it not? I can't date him. Oh my God, I want to date him. Like, should I? Should I not? Oh my gosh, now he's dating someone. Is he trying to make me jealous or is he love her? Like, I would rather just get it done and move forward and either have an awkward blip, but we're cool at the end, or maybe we never speak again and that's what was meant to be. Like, I don't know. I just feel like you're already in that torture chamber. I can hear it in like how you're talking. So I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards. I wish, because she said they were going to Vegas recently. I wish you sent this in and we read it before you went to Vegas, because I'd be like, it's Vegas. Take a shot. When Bruno's singing the song, you just grab him, you kiss him, and then you be like, oh my God, I just like got in the moment. What's wrong with me?
You were there.
Yeah.
I think this is great. I think all of this, all of a sudden I want physical touch. You're 19, you haven't dated anyone. Makes perfect sense to me. It's just time to start dating. So I would take the risk and take the jump. If you don't want to, obviously we can't make you do anything. If you can't risk the friendship, then it's time to start dating, period. So get out there, get on the apps, ask him if he knows friends. You're in college. You don't need the apps.
I was going to say, dude, I didn't have my first boyfriend till I was 19.
Same.
Like, that's not that crazy. So also, like, everything feels so deep and final, and it's not. Like, yes, some people meet the person they're going to marry, like, young, for sure. Maybe you marry Steve. Who knows? But maybe this is just, like, a part of your story. And I think as long as you and him communicate, every time I've had, like, kind of like a fling with a friend, at the very beginning, we're like, hey, we both like care about each other. So if this starts going either which way, let's just communicate it and like make sure we're thinking about the other person and being respectful. And then most of the time, like it ended up like, even if we didn't really stay friends after, it was like really cordial.
Yeah. But you know, at the same time, now that I have been living with Jackson for a couple of years and I've been dating him for 4, I've really gotten, you know, I have a sister, and it's a very feminine house, minus my poor dad, who is just holding it together. Guys he's not thinking that way at all. I don't think he's thinking about this in any way. He just might like you. And I think that's all Steve has really gotten to.
Yeah.
Based off of,
and if he doesn't,
what I've
they
gathered,
recover so fast too.
Based off of what I've gathered of Jackson and his friends and how he was in college, Steve hasn't thought this through in any way. And I think he just like might have feelings for. He might think you're cute. He might like you. That's just my guess. But I think we're all overthinking it a little bit maybe. And I think you just might need to give him the go ahead.
Just see.
And if you give him the go ahead, I bet Steve will be like, hell yeah, you know.
And if he's not, then you just fake it till you make it and be like, 100%. Oh my gosh, I was just lonely. LOL. Should we get Del Taco? Like, your vibe is going to control the situation.
Yep. If you laugh it off and say, hey, you want anything from Del Taco? He will follow your vibe and everything will be fine. Mm-hmm. If you go in the corner and cry, he's going to be like, oh no. And then it's all awkward from there. So do what Taryn said.
I agree. But I'm rooting for it. I don't know anything.
Shoot your shot. That should be our new thing. When we think they should shoot their shot, we'll be like, shoot your shot. Or not. Thanks for writing in. This was so fun. I miss college. Not like I ever did anything crazy like this in college. Not even like this is crazy. I just did not date at all in college. So there's that.
It's like, it's so lovely to like not be dating anymore, like, or like trying to find a man. But like, it is, I feel like, when you look back at the time, it's like fun. It's like,
Taryn, remember when
stressful.
all we did on here was talk about like our horrible dates and how terrible it was and how much we wanted to not be single
and
anymore.
Like, we'd be like, one week we'd be like, oh my God, I connected with this guy. We're having such great conversation. Next episode, he ghosted me. Like that was like all we talked about.
I got together with some friends and their daughter was there and she's 21, I think. And they were talking about she was like talking about like trying to find a guy and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, girl, be single, like enjoy your I was like, you can find a guy, like you can, but like also like enjoy your 20s. Like you're fine. Like you don't have to worry. She was like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to like find someone. I was like, no, you don't. You don't need to worry about that at
Also,
all.
like all of your hangouts are gonna be so boring if you have no terrible dating stories to tell.
I know.
You know,
Ugh, that's not relatable if you just like immediately found
you'll
your
never
guy.
be able to have a podcast like us.
Literally never. You can't share one bad dating story.
Unsolicited Advice was built off of the backs of the terrible men that we dated and the stories we told.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true. That's true. So
Mm-hmm.
go out there and live life. And if Steve isn't it, then go out there and get some bad dating stories because we all have them. I
No,
hated
for
that.
sure.
My
Okay.
little elbow. We all got them.
Yeah,
It makes you stronger, keeps you humble.
it's true.
It's true. Should you wrap it up with the dad joke, Taryn?
I got one ready.
Perfect.
I told my wife she should embrace her mistakes, and then she gave me a hug.
Oh, no. Oh, yikes. That's hilarious.
Love that
Oh
one.
man, guys, if you made it to the dad joke, you know the drill. We love you the mostest. I'm totally loving all of the openness and vulnerability that you guys have been sharing lately. We love that you guys feel safe to share all of that. If you have stories, they don't have to be serious. They can be funny too. But if you have something that you want to share with us and you want advice on, all you have to do is email it to us. What's our email, Taryn?
Advice unsolicitedpod@gmail.com.
And friendly reminder, we have merch available online, and all you have to do is click the website link below to shop, and you can pick any color you want. They're super fun.
They're cute.
We love you so much, and we'll talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.